Hello student, I am Dada Pires from Government Degree College, Chennagiri. Today let us give some derivations about the topic of the physics paper third of the third semester of Davangere University in the network theorem, and this is the second sessions uh, about the capacitors. What is, do you know that capacitor? Capacitor is the device which stores the energy. So, and the capacitance stores the charges as we applied the potential. So, there is how the energy is stored and derive the equations for the energy stored in a capacitor. Let us see how can we derive a equation for the energy stored in a capacitor. So, as you know that capacitor is the accumulates the charges, and the charge of the capacitor is given by Q is equal to C V, where C is the capacitance and V is the applied voltage to that capacitor. So, then the charge of capacitor is given by Q is equal to C V. Further, if you take charges, if you increase the charges from Q to Q plus dq, that is infinitesimal charges Q plus Q dq, and transferring positive charges from dq from negative to the positive plate, then the work is the it can be done the work done. So, that work done is the against the potential difference V, then the work done is given by the relation d W is equal to V into dq, that is, but V is given by Q by C, as we know that Q is equal to V C, that is V is equal to Q by C. From the uncharging states of 0 to the charging state Q is given by the, let us integrate this above equation, that is dw equal to V dq, that is w equal to 0 to q by c dq, that is differentiate with respect to q, that gives to q square, c is the constant, q 1, that is q square by 2, that is 1 by 2 into q square by c, and this is the required equation, the q square, but q is can be given by that relation is C V square, Q equal to C V, C square V square, 1 C get cancelled, that is half C V square. So, this is the relation of C V square and of Q V, that is omega is equal to half C V square and Q V. This is the required equations of the energy stored in the capacitor, or amount of work done in the capacitor to bring that charges equal to half C V square or half Q V. Usually half C V square will be used here. So, half C V square, you must know that C Q is half Q V is also be equal to the same energy in terms of charge and voltage. So, this is the work done stored up in the form of potential energy. If you applied this for the parallel plate, so then parallel plate means the two plates are connected in between their dielectric medium, that is called parallel plate capacitors. So, and the capacitors is given by the relation C equal to epsilon A by D. The capacitance is directly proportional to their area and inversely proportional to their distance between, that is C equal to E naught A, put, and V is the potential difference between the two parallel plate is given by V equal to E D. E is the electric field in which we are charged into the distance between the plates. So, and that leads to U equal to half E naught A by D into E square D square, that is V square, that is we get for parallel plate the energy stored is given by half E naught A into E square. This is the energy stored in a parallel plate capacitors. Okay. Next we see how this energy will be stored in inductor. Let us see derive an equation for the energy stored in inductor. How can we derive the equation the inductor which induces the EMF. So, consider a inductor of inductance is L, and I b the current is flowing through that inductor, and there is the charges, that is di by dt is the rate of growth of current. The current goes on increasing as you supply the current. So, then induced EMF will be produced in that inductance, and that induced EMF is given by E equal to L into di by dt. L is the inductance, di by dt is the rate of change of current. So, if you take for the smallest change, and dq can be given by for the small charge in a small time, and calculated dq is equal to I into dt. So, then the smallest work done can of the by the source of charge is given by the d omega dw is equal to dw is equal to E into dq, that is E equal to dq is nothing but I dt, that is from this one I dt. So, that is E is the L into I into di by dt into dt get cancelled, that is dw is equal to L into I into di. Then if you want the total work done, just integrate this equation between the limits. So, 0 to current I. So, then we get the dw integration is given by w, integration between 0 to from current rises from 0 to I, then Li di, that is L into I square by 2. The I is the different integrate here with respect to di, that is I square by 2. In the integration power divided by 2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ I square by 2 ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು in the limit I by 0. So, after this simplify, you get the half L I square. This is the energy stored, the work done is nothing but energy stored. So, energy stored in the circuit is given by half L I square. This is the equation for the energy stored in inductor. So, as we move further, this is the equation. When the two capacitors brought near, the charges are exchanged there. We can, they are not only the only charges are exchanged, but their charges are never been decreased, but they are only changes in their energy. So, how can they calculated the loss of energy in sharing the charges between two capacitors? The derive an equation, example derive an equation for the loss of energy in sharing the charges of between two capacitors ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ, ನಮಗೆ how can we derive this equation? This is the headline, loss of derive an equation for loss of energy in sharing the charges between the two capacitors. This is the headline. So, let us we derive this equation, loss of energy in two capacitors. So, we know that two capacitors C1 and C2, C1 and C2, and they maintained in their potential difference is V1 and V2. So, as you know that the standard equation, the charge of an charge over the capacitor is given by Q is equal to Cv. So, there is the conservation of energy. So, there is the charge is also be conserved here. The total charge after sharing is equal to the total charge before sharing. If you think that the combined effect is V. So, C1 is the capacitance of C2 into V, V is the combined effect of this both two after sharing. So, before sharing this conductor charge is given by C1 V1 plus C2 V2 combined effect. So, and let me simplify, V is equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2 by C1 plus C2. This is the related equation sum 1, this is 2. Next we want this equation in put in some other equations. We see here the total energy before sharing. There are two capacitors, and each have energy can be given by the relation E1 is equal to half C1 V1 square plus half C2 V2 square. This is the energy of the electron capacitor 1 C1 and this is for capacitor 2. So, what has happened when after the total energy of after sharing. So, combining these two capacitor, that is half into C1 plus C2 into V square combined potential. So, this equation 2 is put in this equation 4, that is in place of V, we get the value, that is E2 is equal to half into C1 plus C2, the V1 value, this one is V1, C1 V1 square, C2 V2 square whole square and C1 plus C2 whole square. So, and this equation C1 plus C2 and power is cancelled. So, remaining the energy E2 is C1 V1 plus C2 V2 whole square and 2 C1 plus C2, this is the energy 2. So, let us calculate the difference in their first before energy and after sharing energy. Let us see, E1 minus E2 is given by the relation given by this relation E1 can be given by half C1 V1 square plus half C2 V2 square minus E2 is given by this relation, that is C1 V1 plus C2 V2 whole square by 2 into C1 plus C2. After simplify, you will be seeing here, just take 2 C1 E1 and 2 LCM taken outside, that is 2 into C1 plus C2 is the LCM, and multiply with this one, we get the unsimplify C1 V1 square and C1 plus C2 this term, and C2 V2 half of 2 is cancelled. So, C2 V2 square plus C1 plus C2 square. So, remaining this equation can be expand using A minus B formula, that is minus due to minus all things are multiplied with the minus, that is A minus A square minus B square minus 2 AB, like this one, that is C1 square C2 V2 square 2 C1 C2 V1 V2 divided by the C1 C2. On simplifying, let me multiply again this equation with this equation and C1, that is C1 square V1 square, this equation with the C2, that is C1 C2 V1 square, and this equation C2 C1 V2 square and C2 square V2 square, and remaining that equations. So, seeing this equation, this term get cancelled and this term get cancelled, remaining this equation, that is C1 C2 V1 square C1 C2, take common from this one and this one, take C1 C2 common outside, that is you got the equation C1 C2 V1 square plus V2 square minus 2 V1 V2 into 2 into so, from this on simplification C1 C2 and this is the leads to A minus B whole square formula, that is C1 C2 into A minus B whole square, that is V1 minus V2 whole square and divided by 2 into C1 plus C2. This is the equation we are seeing here. From this equation we will be conclude that this is the positive term, this is greater than 0. So, this term is greater than 0 means E1 minus E2 is greater than 0, that is before the energy before sharing is greater than the energy after sharing. So, then where is go remaining energy here? So, energy will go in the form of heat and also in the scattering of the charges. The energy is changes from scattering of the charges, and this leads to a, so there is a loss of energy. So, this is the equations we derive loss of energy, this is the equation for the loss of energy in between the two capacitors. Hence, where is go loss of energy? Loss of energy goes in the form of heat and scattering of the charges, means capacitors will be heated, that is the reason for lossing of energy. Okay, students, this is about the 3 equation. In this session we learn one the derivation for the energy in the capacitor and derivations of the energy in the inductors and the loss of energy in the parallel plates capacitors. Okay, thank you all.